Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We are live and we are talking all things service accommodation. Now, lots of pre-submitted questions here, guys, from the emails. A lot of you have been emailing the marketing team with the pre-submitted questions, mostly focusing on service accommodation management and the licensing model. So I'm going to focus on the questions that have been pre-submitted first. If you're watching live, let's put a little banner on. There we go across the bottom. Then please ask your questions here. I'm going to focus on our partnership model here because that's where most of the questions fall. I'll lump them into the beginning, guys, and then we'll take any live questions. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, all these places. So please put a comment in where you see it live and we will pop it onto the screen, guys. So I'm going to put the pre-submitted questions and I'm going to focus on our brand new license model. It's pretty exciting. So lots of questions about this, guys. Newly launched, an upgrade from the previous franchise offering. And I just think it's a super exciting time. So I'm going to batter on, guys. If you're watching on a replay, hi, you wouldn't have got your questions answered live. But if you didn't get what you wanted to know out of this live session, I'm going to squeeze it into 30 minutes, guys. For those in the replay, please do submit your questions and I'll maybe make another video. Right, let's have a little look. Let's put some stuff in. What exactly is the business that you are offering? So somebody had put in here. Let me comment there. Let's see. What exactly is the business that you are offering? Right, okay, guys, it's all about service accommodation management. When we say service accommodation, it is about short-term rentals, whether it's service apartments, holiday homes, furnished holiday lets, vacation rentals, whatever you would like to call them. It is all about managing. That's what we do here at Pillow. That's the value we offer. So we are our principal purpose, our reason for being in life is managing other people's properties. We take their assets and do three things: maximize income, reduce stress, and free up time for hosts. Think Airbnb hosts, holiday home hosts. We create them hands-off businesses. Also have other services working in partnership with them where we do all the marketing, the financials, drive them guests, and they do the on-site customer experience side as well. So that's exactly what we do. Our mechanism, the way we deliver high quality property management across the UK is by partnering with people like you. Rather than getting property managers that are employees, we want to share our business with you. We want you to be just as invested in the management of those properties as we are at Pillow. Been doing this 20 years, and I fundamentally understand that we're a commission-based business. Our success is linked to the success of our customers, and we want to reward people like that. So this is an opportunity to start your service accommodation business. Well, you've got all our framework, you've got all of our business model, you've got all of the support, you've got all the technology. I mean, it kind of lower risk by like 99%. You work a lot less, you have a lot less stress, but you'll make a lot more money, and you'll have very limited monthly bills as well. So I'm not going to go into too much in the business model because this is a rapid fire Q&A session. But thank you for who's submitted that. That is just a nice opener for us. So thank you very much. Nice and easy for us to move into some of the more technical questions. So next, what is the difference between this and the previous franchise model? So before, it was a traditional franchise. Think of McDonald's, all these big companies. You'll know what a franchise is: Costas, McDonald's, other residential letting company franchises out there as well. And that's what the business model was based on. We wanted to just make it even better than that. So although it's called the license now, and because it gives you much more flexibility, our licensees earn a lot more money. Then they don't have as distinct geographical areas, so there's a bigger scope. wider area for them to make money. So on the franchise model, the fee was £20,000 plus VAT to get in. So the main difference here for us is the price. We wanted to make it as accessible as possible, with lots of franchisees paying that money, but we've lowered the price to less than £5,000 plus VAT. So number one is the price. Number two is the earnings. We are giving you a lot more share of the management commissions. So nice and simple. Look at all the documents there, but you get a much bigger. You can get to make a lot more money with a lot fewer properties. So with the franchise model, people were all in. They had to commit 40 hours to it to build lots of properties in their portfolio. We've changed it so it can be, I don't want to say part-time, it can be done part-time, guys, with a minimum of 10 hours, but you can have a better work-life balance. You can make the same amount of money for fewer properties. That, we think, works a lot better. Dedicate your time to less properties, serving your clients much better rather than larger portfolios. We're happy to give away chunks of our income to franchisees and licensees, just because we know if you're there and your money is linked to the success of the properties, you'll try much harder for hosts. That protects our reputation and helps us grow. And essentially, I would love a pillow partner in every area in the UK. So that's what we want to do. We want to just get one amazing person that represents myself and the company for pillow partners, help them build the business. You still got all the same things as a franchise, so there isn't much difference, just higher earnings capability. And we've changed around that postcode specific. You're buying a specific postcode area. We want to make it an hour's drive or 50 kilometers from your base of operations, meaning you get a bigger area. It's no longer exclusive, so you can go a little bit further. You're not going to get blocked out like a couple of miles from your area because someone has a franchise next to you. So that means that you have a much larger area to work from. We've put a little restriction of the 50-kilometre radius, guys, just because we don't want you driving 4 hours to get to properties. This should be working around your family, work-life balance. We don't want you driving for 2 hours to get to a property. It's making a 5-hour round trip when you factor in being there. So that makes that nice and simple and a great business model for you. So that's the main differences there, guys. But essentially, earn more money for a lot less work, but you still get all the support, all the training, all the benefits. And again, I'm not going to get into too much details about the business model because this is a live Q&A. I want to get as many done in half an hour as I can. So I'm just going to answer the questions. If you're watching the Q&A, you should already know about the business model. Number one, I'm going to jump one up here. How do you find managing maintenance teams and what's your usual process for working with them? Great question from Scott McGregor. We want our property managers locally everywhere to build up great connections with other entrepreneurs. We want to help you build your business as well. So letting agencies, property management companies look at contractors as external, like cleaners and maintenance guys as external. We look at them as a key part of our power team. So we're going to sign some terms and conditions to start off. One property manager will have a portfolio normally, and they will get to select their tradesmen. That will be based on their service levels. We're not talking about price as much, we're talking about value. Our job as property managers, Scott, is to find the best value for our hosts, making sure they're getting good, quick service, reliable service. Doesn't always go to price. So a lot of companies try to nail people down in price. That's not who we are at Pillow. We just want to build strong partners. So property managers will get to pick their contractors locally. Again, kind of 3-strike rule, Scott. If you're letting our host down and not fulfilling promises, not going for the terms and conditions, then they'll just use somebody else. But we want to help other people build their business. It's Pillow Partners, after all. Stronger together is a tagline. And we want to take entrepreneurs, and if our property managers can grow to 50 properties and other companies can get maintenance contracts built around that, works very well for cleaning companies, they can grow, then that's what we want to do. So build great relationships with the local property managers. We do have larger national contracts in place for some things as well. That's done through HQ. But again, your local property manager, whoever the franchisee or licensee is in that area, Scott, will be the person to contact. So great question. If you email info@pillowpartners.co.uk, you can find out who is close to you. Cheers, Scott. I am already in property doing, that's refunds. I think that'll be refurbs, probably refurbs and sourcing. Will this fit in alongside my existing business? Definitely we want synergistic people here. You don't need to have any experience in property to join us because we're going to train you up from the very, very basics. But if you're in property, you're going to have a good fundamental starting point here. So if you're already in property, outseeing property, this is synergistic. If I take a letting agency that doesn't do service accommodation, this is perfect. A property, an estate agency that doesn't do service accommodation, you can bolt this on to the existing business very easily. If you're out doing sourcing, doing like deal sourcing, doing refurbs, flipping properties, this is going to get you access to lots of deals as well. So we see the Pillow Partners License Partnership as a conduit to other things. We want this business here to, because it's property management, you can take this business. Obviously, we're going to help you set it up in a very tax efficient, safe way, in a limited company or LLP, depending on what you want to do. But we want to be taking this wealth to put into actual assets. We want to create the money, not just we want to earn it, we want to keep it, and then we want to help you reinvest it. Well, we don't do deal sourcing, we don't get involved in properties ourselves. We 100% just manage properties. There's nothing else to sell you, there's no deals to invest in, but we want you to go and build your own generational wealth as well. So lovely. Nice. Here's a big long one from Richard. Thank you. Kudos to Pillow Partners. Great business model and such sector pedigree. I like sector pedigree. Being old is different, no pun intended. We love you, Scott. I want to see Pickles the dog. Well, the camera's there. Let me see if I can pick Pickle up. Pickle, the one-eyed dog, is here with me now. So thank you very much, Richard. We need to, I know the team have been on your fantastic training, Richard, for corporate lets. I know Emma has been on that, and we definitely need to meet up in person. No, he's not been paid for this. This 3 years, I think, since Emma had been in one of your courses, Richard. Yeah, I've got 3 rescue dogs at my feet. If the door goes, it will go crazy. So thank you very much for that, Richard. Yeah, I will see if I can get Pickle up. Fantastic. Good to see people are looking live on these as well. And we normally do the fixed ones where you need to register, but this is a nice live one. Next question, then I'll pick up Pickles. What are the minimum targets as a licensee? So previously for the franchise, we wanted to get you to bigger targets to make money, to make it worth your while, because you were all in. For this, there are no minimum targets as such. You're paying the license fee at the start, then monthly ongoing license. So there are people there's people going to join Pillow just to get the training. So they're not necessarily want to get a management company set up. They've got their own units, and the training and the license fee, so you're getting 10 times as much as other people that are offering these training and mentorship programs. That's all kind of jumped in. So there are people, and they don't need to get targets. We're not going to push you like we did with the franchise. What I would say, guys, if you are coming to training, learning the craft of this, learning how to do things as a professional, you're getting access to all the software and all the technology as a local licensee, you might as well use it. So we're looking for you to get to 10 properties. Depends the properties in your area, but if you can make £300 per property and get to £3,000 a month for 10 properties, and I think if you're earning £3,000 a month in this business, it's worthwhile getting your mind space, getting your head into this. We don't want people to join us and not make a good go of it and just be silent, be invisible in the background. And we want to bring good people in, as we say, stronger together. You're coming in, and hopefully everybody joining us are offering a little bit more than just property management in their area. If that makes sense. They're bringing something to make the sum of the parts even better. So no minimum targets, but I would like to see everyone at more than 10 properties within a year, 18 months. And the team are here to help and coach you and all this, guys, as well. So you will find out, we will know your Business plan. Step number one with us is all about building out your business plan in your life. So if you wanted to get to 10 properties and stay there, make £3,000 a month, and just really drill down and servicing those 10 properties, could be 5 properties, but they're bigger, and it could be massive. It could be estates, could be castles, could have 3 properties, and still make £3,000 a month. But some people want to really build that work-life balance and pick kids up from school, take them to school, never miss sports days, spend that time with new babies, whatever that is, then you can do that. So we don't put too much pressure on you. You're paying the monthly license fee, but we just love you to be turning up to calls and be a part of the community. Lovely. Perfect. Right, I'm rattling through these, guys. Any questions live, put them in. Hopefully I can see them on screen here. How much money can I make by setting up a management company with Pillow? So number one here, with when you join us, your costs are really set with the monthly license fee. So you're going to be paying a lot less for monthly costs than you would getting all the software independently. So 2 things about businesses. One is making money. The other one is keeping money. And you can make lots of money. You see people with these 6-7 figure businesses boasting about their rent-to-rent portfolios, making all this money, but they're actually not getting to keep it because they're paying it in tax and the new VAT rules and their expenses and their cleaning bills and their rent-to-rent payments. So 2 things to this. One, how much can you make? How much can you keep? The second part to that, you get to keep most of it because the costs are very, very limited. They're set to a monthly basis. I think Pico's dreaming down there, so you can hear us snoring. How much money can you make? It depends on a couple of factors. Number one, how much time you're putting into this. If you imagine a coffee shop, guys, and you're opening next to Costa, and you never really open, and you open it for one day, or you don't really learn how to be a barista and make that nice coffee, you don't work on your craft, you're never going to be successful. If you've got a restaurant, you don't turn up and you don't have your systems in place to cook food all the way to the middle, all these things, think of it like that. So the more time you put in, the more money you will make, all to do with your success as a property manager. We're commission based, so we're taking between 12 and 20% of the money we generate for hosts. That's our value that we add, and you get a share of that. Well, it depends how successful you're going to be for our hosts. What's the occupancy levels? What's the nightly rate? What's the RevPAR at the end of the month? All these things. Thirdly, the properties in your area. You could have properties that are massive country properties and earn you £500-600 a month just for managing one property. Well, you only need 10 of those to make £6,000 a month. So that's 70 odd grand a year. But you could have lower end properties that are contractor lets, but make money for very little work once you get them up and running. So we say your fee depends on the property, but fees, your share of the management fees, the money you will get per property, can range between £200 a month and £500. We've seen it a lot higher, but we don't take properties on that would earn you guys less than the £200 a month, depending on the property in your area. But we have a standard, so you should be earning a minimum of 200. We average it out at 300, guys. So how many properties could you get in a year? Could you get 1 property on a month? Our growth model there is 1 property every 2 weeks. We want to be using all the resources here at Pillow. You're the local person, and you want to be getting 1 property on every 2 weeks until you hit that level that you say, hey, my work-life balance is perfect, my income is perfect. You don't need to do it anymore. So 1 property every 2 weeks. But we do say, could you get 1 property earning you £300 a month every month, getting to £3,000 a month within a year? Probably, if you don't think you can get 1 property a month, this won't be the opportunity for you guys. We're going to need to take some action, do some things. And as a managing agent, you should be able to go and get 1 property a month, even yourself. But with the Pillow brand behind you guys, it should be much easier. So all down to you. But there's loads of videos. Guys, we actually have a little spreadsheet. You can put in the average nightly rate in your area. You can work it all out yourself. So if you email franchise@pillowpartners.co.uk, we'll give you our income projector, and you guys can do that in your own time. Guys, there's 8 income streams with this. So there's the startup fees. There's lots of other things as well. I'm not going to go into it here because that's the business model. Look at the webinars. I'm doing one tomorrow morning, actually. So if you wanted to join that, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock, can't remember, 8 in the morning. I think I'm doing it nice and early. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning if you're watching live. We'll go into this in a lot more detail, but you can get those sheets that tell you absolutely everything. Next. Lovely. Next question. I already have a small management company. Can I merge with Pillow? Yeah. What I never ever got, if you think of the letting agent model, rows of people, 10 in every high street, really, isn't there? Or there used to be. You used to go and check the estate agent and letting agent windows for properties. 10 of them. They're all paying Rightmove. They're all paying offices. They're all paying insurance. They're all paying the registration. They've all probably got, I would say, they've all got staff members sitting when you don't need to. They've all replicating costs at least £5,000 a month. At least some of the big guys are paying £10,000 a month. And if they merged with the person next door, that would be one bill rather than two. But there's 10 of them in a row. So for us, it just makes sense. We want to partner with great minds in the industry. If you already have some traction, if you merge with Pillow, it would lower your costs instantly, but it'd be a fixed fee. So you think of all the different subscriptions and software licenses and variable costs, literally goes to a fixed cost a month, depending on how many properties you have. So from as little as 500 quid a month, you can take whatever you're paying just now and only pay 500 quid a month for your PMS for everything you currently have. You can change that into one bill. So yes, you can. We're just looking for great people to join us, and hopefully that accelerates your success as well. But absolutely, yes, you can. There's ways with the franchise you needed to use our brand, but you can have your own brand if you've got a small letting agency, estate agency, another company with another brand. You can use that, but we tend to find people want to use the Pillow brand just because it's a nationwide network. It's much, much bigger. But again, you can have your own website and you can still keep your own brand, your own limited company. You can have all that. You still own that. You just are here to take advantage of what we are offering. So we would love existing agents to come and join us, especially if you're thinking of setting up yourself, guys. This is just a much, much easier way, much less risky. You'll have fixed costs, so many things. Watch the webinar tomorrow for the details. Right, this next question here, we will cover in detail tomorrow. I'll quickly go through what does a monthly license fee cover. Well, it's going to cover all your training, guys. I can tell you whatever this low, starting at 500 quid a month, the license fee, there are masterminds and coaching programs and mentorships out there. They're charging you more than that. This, you'll get 10 times as much as you will from any of these other things as part of the Pillow license. That isn't the main thing of the license. That's the addition. We want to get you up to scratch. We want you to be industry leaders. We want you to come in 3 training calls a week if you can, attend all the training, do all the initial stuff in the training academy. But guys, the training and stuff, I want that to be separate. So this is for you to set up your business. And the license fee goes up in increments of £250, depending on how many properties you get, so that it scales. You're going to have fixed costs for all your technology. So everything you need, all the initial training, all the business models, all the shit lists, all the things you need, every bit of software you need, all the licenses, you just jump in and you tag onto what we have already. And your license fee goes up very small as you grow. That represents the existing cost to us to scale things up for you. So it covers everything to run a serviced accommodation management business. It's impossible for you guys to go set this up, do everything yourself and only pay £500 a month. It's going to cost you multiples more than that to go do yourself and not be part of the amazing team we have here. Training, calls, absolutely everything. Guest support evenings and weekends as well. So you'd need staff members to cover that, or constantly be on the phone yourself. You get all that covered. So too many things to cover on this short call because I want to finish in half an hour, but join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. A nice comment. This is nice when I get comments because it's me speaking to a camera and it's not live events. So got to say, and I don't say this a lot, I think it's genuine transparency, honestly, and subsequent trust that comes across here. So important in the sector. Richard knows, been in it longer than me, I suspect. And I say 19 and a half years, 20 years. But when we go back that length in time, things were totally different. And things are evolving at quite a rapid pace now in the industry. And that's a nice thing we want people to be involved in here. By the way, guys, people always ask me, is service accommodation dead? Is now the time to do it? I think we've shared some conversations, Richard. There's gotten to lots of people have tried this and will fail, not just with management, but their own units. Lots of people have taken rent to rents. Lots of people taking coaching programs and doing various things, and it hasn't worked out for them. This won't work with everybody, guys. Jumping in and doing this and starting a business in service accommodation yourselves and hoping to just outperform people that have been in the market 10 years, taking a rent-to-rent deal off somebody, paying over the odds for rent and a 10 grand sourcing fee and all the associated stuff, and expecting that crappy two-bed buy-to-let property to perform better than somebody that's been there for 5 years with 100 Airbnb reviews. It just isn't possible, guys, and a lot of people are selling the dream. And when we have our one-on-one calls, guys, we're going to be realistic. Are you the right person for this? Are we the right fit for you? I'd say Richard can tell me the numbers on this, whether he agrees, but I think at least, I'll say 90%, 9 out of 10 short-term rental operators should be landlords. They're landlords are property investors. They're not in it for hospitality. First thing you'll learn in the training, one of the very first training modules, is we're in the hospitality business, not property. So not everyone's going to succeed in this. Very, very many people fail, and there's no criticisms to them. There's no pointing fingers at anybody. But guys, this isn't just one of these get-rich-quick schemes. People will fail in this. So yes. We're very open and honest about that. You get a discovery call with me if I don't think it's right. We'll tell you. And the next one with Emma, the co-founder, her job's to talk people out of it. Does that make sense? If it's not going to be right, we would not want you to join us and be a failure. Lovely. Right. Coming up, am I going to get this done in 30 minutes? Let's have a little look. Next question. What if I want to quit? Am I tied in? Guys, you're going to pay to be part of this. You pay your monthly license fee. If at some point your circumstances change, or going back to the last question, lots of people try this and realise there's a lot of customer service involved. It's hospitality. I thought this was property. There's guests. There's dealing with hosts. There's dealing with guests. And where there's money involved, the general public can't always be that pleasant. So it's not for everybody, personality, mindset, and resilient wise. So if you feel at any point it's not for you, you can simply stop paying your license fee. There's no tie-ins. Guys, we'd love to keep you for a year. I don't think we can experience this industry for just a few months. We need a season. We need a whole season. We think if we're going back to holiday lets and the classic holiday home areas, well, you're going to have peak season. We're coming in as end of April. We're coming into summer season. That's busy. You can make 3 times as much money if you're a host at this time than you will in a rainy December in some areas, guys. So I think we need to give this a year. So we license agreement there, but if your circumstances change, some people get jobs and promotions and go overseas, some people retire, some people have family, there's no tie-in at all. We only want active, engaged people. So if at some point you say this isn't for you, you just stop paying your license fee, and then that's it. It's nice and simple. And guys, we do expect some people, if we get 50 people in our network, not everybody's going to stay the exact same forever. There's somebody immigrating to Portugal, somebody that had an unexpected baby in the way and had to prioritise. So you just stop paying the license fee, and that's you. And the team are ready to take, what we don't want is properties left and hosts left unserviced. So the team can step in. We've got all this in place, and we've got covering property managers, employed ones, and people licenses next. They can take over these properties so that your hosts are not just left. Hopefully that makes sense. Right, guys. I've got a couple more questions. Let's fire. Right, let's get some rapid fire ones done here so that I don't keep talking too long. What is the minimum hours I will need to commit to the franchise? I'm going to say 10, guys. Building a business that gets you $3,000 a month, 10 hours a week. I think we should really, really be able to dedicate that. Now, service accommodation isn't just 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Although we handle your guest calls, evenings and weekends, and provide lots of supports, guys, you're going to need to be doing your thing, visiting properties. So I'd say 10 hours a week to make a good crack at this. If you're phasing out work, Emma, one of the senior franchisees, will tell you how to do this, going from 40 hours working, phasing in, earning some money, balancing that out, going part-time. But I'm going to say 10 hours there, guys. Next, do I need to be available all evenings and weekends? No, the whole point of the license fee and being part of us is we have a customer experience team. We want to get in and answer the stuff on Airbnb and Booking.com evenings and weekends, middle of the night, because it works the algorithms. We want every call getting answered within 3 rings to Pillow HQ. So there is support there, guys. The old franchise model used to get lots of holidays covered. With the license model, you get evenings and weekends. So our team will be there to answer these inquiries. You will still need to do some work in evenings and weekends, guys, but you're not necessarily going to be on call all the time. So that's pretty much, yeah, that's part of being a licensee. You don't need to be constant for 5 years. When I started in 2006, I was on the emergency line. It gets very, very boring, very, very quick, guys, but you don't need to do that. What other costs will my business need? And guys, you're just going to need your initial professional indemnity insurance when you start off. That's pretty much it. We give you, you get an email address, you get everything you need, all the apps, all the software. You'll already have a phone, you'll have a car. So guys, the good thing about this, it's about earning money, but keeping money. When you start setting up a business, also we're going to teach you what is a tax deductible expense, all HMRC compliant, of course. So you will put costs through your business that are legitimate business expenses, including percentages of your house, your council tax, your bills. How amazing is that? Your mortgage. So your business won't need any cost. It's fixed costs with that license fee. So you can pretty much run everything with that. So that's pretty much it. Just get your insurance annually and you're good to go. Copy. Need to put these questions in. Chloe, my assistant, should be putting these in, but these are pre-submitted ones. How does the training compare to other programs and mentorship out there? I can't comment on other training and mentorships. I can only say what we do at Pillow Partners have been involved in. Currently, we're training for other people, and it's fantastic, and it covers a lot of things. For us, I can only tell you guys, I just been in this business for 20 years. We've got a team of people already doing this. We manage thousands and thousands and thousands of SA units over those years. I don't know how many we've got at the moment. We've got lots, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And we want to be building that back up, and we're trying to hit 2,000 units in the UK. But you're going to be part of a network here of 50 other people plus doing this on a day-to-day basis. You're going to get people teaching you once a week on pricing software. You're going to get experts teaching about property management software. You're going to get property managers physically doing this and people managing hundreds and hundreds of properties across the UK. So you're going to get all this. So I don't know what you'd be comparing it to, whoever asked that. But guys, the mentorship and the masterminds, you're going to be here, and I can see the chat kicking off with the team already doing that while I'm doing this, and different groups, mastermind groups, coaching calls, group coaching calls, in-person sessions, one-on-ones. I can only say what we get. And if it's one person that's a guru out there and you want to pick them, then fine. But guys, the training you're going to get here, I just think we're actively in here doing this. We've got the UK-wide network. Every single day we experience everything that other people are making big events in their life. That makes it, oh, well, this happened and I can teach you. What we do before 9 o'clock here at Pillow eclipses, I think, what any other mentor or anybody else out there has experienced ever. Because we're a big company, we've got lots of people. So you make your own decisions, get in where you fit in, go where you feel more at home, where your stage of the journey is. But again, no criticisms at all to anyone else out there. I can only say what we do, and I'm very proud of it. I'm not perfect, by the way, but I'm still very proud of it. What funds will I need to start the franchise? Well, initial franchise fee is all you're going to need. A little bit of PI insurance, a couple of £100 there. You should have everything there. Phone, laptop, strong Wi-Fi connection. That's all you're going to need here to start. So the initial cost gets you everything in the business that you need. The license fee pays your technology and everything moving forward. So for less than £7,000, you can start a version of Pillow. So that makes it nice and affordable. Guys, you just can't start businesses like that yourself for that type of money. It's going to cost you a lot more. Right, I'm going to make this the final question. which is a very nice question to finish on, because I'm going to be doing a webinar next week with some case studies from the people that have been with us. Somebody's been with us a year, so we're going to share their story in a year. Can I do this with my partner? Should I shout out some of the guys? Yes, you can do this with your partner. We love that. Various reasons I love partners, wife and husband, fiancés, wife and wife, husband and husbands. Doesn't matter who you are. If it's family members, mothers and daughters, works fantastically well. Why? Well, two people coming in, it's the same license fee, so you don't need to double it up, because it's a win for us. So we're not going to charge you two different license fees and two initial fees. Why? Because you get 2 for 1, it's a bonus, you're getting one person free, but so do we. We get somebody coming in probably with different skill sets. One person will be amazing at going and getting the properties on, networking, the sales side of it. The other person will just be great at property management, the admin side, the organization, making sure everything runs beautifully. One person can build the business, one person can manage the business. That's a very general thing. One person will be great at marketing and communicating, another person will be good at organizing stuff. So getting two people is amazing. And going home, service accommodation, we're dealing with the public, guys. So if you're going home at night, you can share the frustrations and the joys of building a business and being an entrepreneur. We get lots of people chatting to us over the years before we launched the franchise license model. It was the franchise, which was all in. People would absolutely love this and I turn up to everything. And yeah, I'm ready to pay the £24,000. And they hadn't even spoken to their partner, their wife, or husband, and they need to go and explain it all. And if you're in this business and your partner's maybe in employment and you're now an entrepreneur and you're paying less tax and you have the sometimes glamorous lifestyle of an entrepreneur, lots of freedom, no boss to go. You can book your own holidays. You don't have anybody to answer to. You can pretty much pick your own money, and your income starts to eclipse theirs. Your freedom eclipses your partner's. And it's not as nice a place to be if they're not going to support you in that. But if you're both on that journey, you can double up your income. You can have total freedom. You can build a business. And again, that's what Emma and I have done. Emma and I, we are going over to a business street. We'll be running this business in 4 weeks from Alicante for a week. So we can do that because we're together and we support each other. And I think we're going to Cape Verde in June to do things over there. So this training here I can do from anywhere. So doing it with your partner, I think is just amazing. As long as you can live with your partner, work with your partner, and that makes you stronger. So 100%, I think I would love you to be doing this with your partner. Now, to finish here, what about a business partner? Well, if it's your husband, wife, whatever, spouse, or a family member, nice, because you don't tend to fall out with them just as much. But if this is a business partner, I'd always say a little bit of caution towards business partnerships, guys, because how people go in different ways. One person could be pulling their weight, the other person isn't. So if it's just a kind of vague connection in a business partner, these tend not to work. So, but if it is your partner in life, marriage, these work fantastically well. So yes, and we would love those people, and that's kind of our target market. Getting couples and building something together is just super special. The wins you can celebrate yourself. You both understand the frustrations that can come with any business, especially service accommodation. You can share them, you're on the same path, and building that legacy together, and then bringing your children and putting them into a limited company if you have them. It's just fantastic. So guys, thank you very much. I'm going to give a final shout out to Richard, who watches the lives on LinkedIn. I do these live, and normally the same people commenting from the submitted questions. So seeing that people are watching live and getting some benefit from it. So thank you to Richard. Thank you to everyone that has joined us. And if you're watching on the replay, any other questions, let me know. I'm going to finish this up. I'll put some links, I'll be all over my socials, but to find out about the full opportunity and look at that webinar, I'll be doing it tomorrow, 8 a.m. on Saturday. But in the future, if you're watching this after the fact, because you probably will miss it, then we do them every week. But from now on, we're bringing in case studies. So we'll go back to that. Can I do that with my partner? One of the case studies will be some licensees coming in that are doing it together, husband and wife, and they'll get 3 kids, and then someone else that's had a baby and working around us. So we will be bringing case studies and doing interviews. So thankfully, you don't need to listen to me. We'll be bringing real life people in to share their journey, and hopefully that inspires you guys as well. Leaving employment, taking that jump to building your own business, following your dreams, having that freedom. Thank you, guys. Have a great Friday.